Happy New Year week, New Year's week. Happy New Year. Whoops, I forgot to. Sorry. All right. Let that catch up. I wanted to say a quick thank you to Kathy L. and Nancy L. for sending me a present a few weeks ago. So I just wanted to catch up with that. I wasn't on time with that for some reason. I left him up on my kitchen table. So I just wanted to go over that with you and put that out there, my gratefulness out there. Our card of the day, every single day, the Way of Positive Change, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. If you're there, if you see the card of the day, hey, Square Peg, give me a thumbs up, a like. It's just something I do for our community. I don't there isn't payment or anything like that attributed to it because I'm not monetized on there. I just something I do every day, and it gives me great joy to see and pleasure to see you there and know that we're working on this energy together. So today we got the High Priestess. Yesterday we got the Sun. The day before that we got the Wheel. So we're on a roll with some really great cards. This usually means there's secrets that will be revealed. The High Priestess is very special, magical, the witch in all of us energy, and she helps us, reminds us to tune in, to listen, and to see beyond the surface of things, and to be present so you can spot the clues and messages that the universe brings to us. So that's our message for today. All right. I wanted to ask, and then secondly, I just wanted to remind everybody I've decided not to do class in March because I've decided not to do tarot class at this time because I'm traveling in March. So if you emailed me and I haven't gotten back to you, I'm making an announcement. There's a hold on tarot classes until I get back from my trip. Hi, Patricia. All right. All right. So let's see here. Let's see. I want to first look at, I'm very concerned about Ukraine and Zelensky. I want to make sure that they're going to be okay. They are bracing for new strikes because the Pootster is saying for entertainment purposes only, falsely, as far as I can understand, that his home was targeted. And I really, never mind, when I hope Zelensky targets something. I didn't say where, I just said something. All right, so let's see, first of all, how's Ukraine doing? Are they going to be okay? They already took some big hits. And I want to say thank you to everyone who posted questions on the post page. Thank you, thank you. It took me an hour to write them all down. Thank you so much. How is Ukraine going to do this week? Because many people feel that this is just giving carte blanche to Putin to strike inside where they're not supposed to go, which is done anyway. But I just want to see, how is Ukraine going to do this week? Putin is evil. We know he's evil. The Pootster. How will Ukraine do? Okay. And I also just want to remind you guys that a lot of you are asking questions that I've already read on previously in the last 2-3 readings. So please feel free to go back to the last few readings, and Mystery Achiever timestamps all of my readings so that you guys can find the questions and the readings that I've done. So I don't want to read. But I don't want to be repetitive. I wanted to move on to newer subjects. So please go back to the last few videos and go through the comments. I've pinned it to the very top, so it's the top comment on the live show, okay? It's not that I'm not answering your questions. It's that I've probably already done a reading on it. All right, there's our Sun card. So they're okay right now. They don't feel as victorious as they normally do. They know that the Putin will be sneaky. He's already been sneaky. They are, they're aware that they will need to try to outsmart their enemy. The most positive elements or aspects to this very negative card of the Seven of Swords, the sneaky Pete, the crafty con artist, the carny, is it's best seen in the Druid Craft Tarot. If you look that up, Seven of Swords in the Druid Craft, and it is it's about a guy, a wizard or an older man, just trying to, write out the best question and uses strategy and strategic thinking, and he's rumbles it up and he comes up with another idea. So it's really how to outsmart your opponent, how you're going to get out of something. All right, so these are both of the Russia cards, right? The Mother Russia and the Putin. Let's see what he's going to do. They've already withstood a lot of pressure. He knows he's been literally given the go-ahead. They will be able to temper it. It is tough, very tough. But because of the funds that they've been given by Europe and many other countries, they've already ratcheted up their drone facilitating, making materials. And I feel that due to these funds, they've been able to stockpile and put aside for times for something exactly like this. And I feel like they're going to be okay. And there's advancement here, but I feel like they might be all right. Let's look and see. Let's do one more. Will Putin go after Zelensky or a residence of his thereof or a big known government building? And I just want to remind you, this is a great time to have a reading. It's always a great time to have a reading. I read for many people on the month of their birthday so that we look into the whole next year. But what a great time in the beginning of the year. So you can go to the wayofpositivechange.com and just scroll down to book an appointment and make sure that you have a way to record your reading. I'm a real stickler for that because that's our report card. If someone doesn't want you to record the reading, why is that? All right, so I'd love to look at your upcoming year. That would be really great, and it's very helpful to you to see where your challenges are and how to best navigate through them. All right, let's look and see. How will Zelensky do with personal residence buildings? Again, they've stockpiled. Something will fall here, something they can't temper when it first happens, I guess, something. Power. It's seen as foolish. There will be a lot of flack about this, a lot of negative talk, a lot of speculative talk. Again, with what they've been given, they're able to do something that other people didn't think they would be able to. Same placement. If the Pooh does it, then he better look out because that's the karma, Six of Cups card. There's some icky stuff there, but please send benevolent prayers, right? And how do we do that? We ask any and all living beings to aid, assist, and help provide shelter, protection, and comfort to all those in Ukraine, and especially for President Zelensky. Thank you in advance. All right. So there's a lot of lies, and there's a lot of false talk, and there's a lot of false information, a lot of speculation and gossip swirling, and the S-starters that just like to start problems. So wade through that. You guys don't believe everything that you hear, okay? All right. And then we're going to ask about, I also wanted to tell you, Squirrel. I also wanted to tell you, I've texted Jen Lynn. Normally she does that 7-hour marathon, where we all go on there, and she does either Feeding America or World Central Kitchen fundraiser. We don't know what we're going to do, but we'll do something. She said something about, an hour tomorrow or something. So I'm texting her. I'm gonna text the Johnny Meister in a few minutes and see if I can rouse him into giving me an answer, see what he wants to do. All right, and so that let's go straight on to the other question. Now, Rose Blue asked, will Estonia, this is also in regards to Russia and Ukraine, because my heart just goes out to them. And unfortunately, someone asked me in an email, do you think, they were doing the ugly cry. Do you think we're at ugly cry yet? According to my dream, when the angel said 1 year, on the 1 year mark, the last 1 year mark that we can think of would be when he actually took office after the inauguration. So it would be the 20th, 21st of January, right? So, but no, we have not reached the ugly cry point now. He has not been as truly evil as I expect him to be. And I've not done the ugly cry. I've cried, but I've not done the ugly cry yet. Okay. All right. Rose Blue asks, will Estonia, hey Dave, will Estonia close the Narva River? Yes or no? Will Estonia close the Narva River? There are talks. They have to protect their lands. They have to protect access. Strength is on its side. Patience and perseverance. Will they? Decisions made. They know they have to be careful of the bully. There are some in that government that don't want to do that, that's trying to offer a different perspective or solution. Now, I do think that they will close it down. All right, I was looking for a yes card. But this looks like they do close it or alter it, or it's non-accessible, or the normal way that it runs will be changed. Let me just look at one other thing. What happens to the Narva River? Because there's going to be a change, whether it's blown up or a dam or a crossing, or because I didn't get good cards on Estonia when I asked about that. What happens to the Narva River in Estonia? All right, be nice in the chat, you guys. I know you're all hoping for Kamala to, but there's a lot has to happen before Kamala can help with anything. But she is stronger. Her cards are very good. She's alert, aware. She will be helping. The normal function of the river is changed. This bothers and hurts other merchants or people. And then another decision. So there are changes afoot. It looks like they're trying to maybe only have it be open certain hours. Does that make sense? Rose Blue, or who can go through and who can't. They're watching it. They are changing the rules with it. So there are changes with it, yes. They're waiting and watching. But this hurts other people. All right. Now, great question. Now, Trump started to mess up his words really bad, talking about the ballroom. And I think it was a lot for him, for his health, for, where's that violin, you guys? For Zelensky, and then the Joker, Netanyahu, whose health is putrid. You can see it's just not good. I don't even need to read on him. It's not good. But I do want to look to see is Trump's health failing. Apparently, he hasn't been posting on X anyone one 24-hour period, I think, without posting anything. So let's see. What can you tell me about Trump's health? Hi, Kim. All right, yep, he went down. So he also got news that he didn't like. So trying to stand his ground. He's having to have people help him, and he doesn't want that. So what's his butler, the butler dude's name? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so he's not stable and not doing good there. Yeah, so no, this isn't good. I do think that they will release something. There will be something released coming up, because this is the Star of David and the Lantern of the Hermit, and the illumination comes. They're lying about it. He went down and had to recover, and he lashed out at everybody. His body's not getting everything that it needs, of course, because he tries to give it what he wants to give it, and then it is malnourished and it's low on nutrients and good amino acids, everything you can think of. All right, so no, he pushed the energy over the limit. So he is, and this is what we get for him each time. It's too much, too fast, too soon, everything, everywhere, everything all at once. What's the name of that movie? That's his health. So it's just, he's on full tilt, and lashing out. And they may have to, I keep getting all right, let's just ask, is he going to have to go to Walter Reed or to the hospital? Now, if we get the 4 wands, he's going soon. I know that he's going in January, but I don't know that it's today or tomorrow or the next day. Is Trump having to go have tests or be admitted to the hospital? Walter Reed, or just go to the hospital, or be in the hospital wing at Mar-a-Lago. Okay, let's see. We got a lot of questions, you guys. They're trying to stabilize, they're having to mix certain things. This is the pharmacist and the tarot, having to mix 2 things together. And if you notice, this is not a vertical pour. So it is magical. It's something only, an angel can do, but it's mixing 2 elements together to make a compound, right? It's the pharmacy of the tarot. All right. Trying to keep giving him elixirs. Here's our card of the day. The secrets are coming out. He's acting very childish. He gets up here, and then here's a procedure. Okay. So, and more medicine. All right. I did not get the 4 of Wands for the next couple of days. Oh, thank you, Diane. I have your question on my list. Thank you. But he is going to have a procedure, and he is going to have recovery time. All right. It could not be any more plain. If you ask about your health and you get this, last time I got this, I had also some emergency cards around it, but I had an emergency appendectomy a couple of years ago. So you don't want this combo. Not good. Okay. All right. All right. Thank God my brother was here visiting. That was crazy. Okay. All right. Boy, some of these questions are really tough. Let's lighten it up a little bit. We did see that Caroline Leavitt would be leaving of her own accord. She kept getting the 8 of Cups, whereas Bondi will be moved. And then a lot of the other monkeys kept getting the frozen cards because Trump will be inactive. All right, so let's see here. Caroline Leavitt, is she leffing soon? Is Leavitt leffing soon? And she's preggers with her second child, so that gives her an easy out. Raymond, you're going to be in timeout. Okay, yeah, she's leaving. She already has one child here. Yeah, she's like, this is perfect. This is my perfect out. Woohoo! I get to go work somewhere else, but I don't get to leave exactly when I want. I'm stuck here. I wonder, she must have signed some sort of something. She has great hope for the future. She's still hanging in there for a little while. Okay, she's still hanging in there for a little while. Thank you, Miss Beth. Happy New Year. I'll post as soon as Jen Lynn texts me back. I will let you know what we're doing tomorrow. All right. China is doing all kinds of parading around Taiwan. I don't like it. I don't have good feelings about that. This I feel like is going to bring on the ugly cry for me. I'm afraid. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about Japan. I'm concerned about Taiwan. I'm concerned about Canada, everyone. So let's see. Let's just check the safety of Taiwan. What is the future? What is 2026? Let's do a couple countries here. Future 2026 for Taiwan. I feel like Pood and Xi know that if they're going to do something stupid, they're going to have to, because Trump's health is failing. I mean, you've got to be blind if you can't see it. They just want to be seen. They're exerting their control. China's exerting their control, and Taiwan feels that they do not have the control that they would like to have because their wand is on its side. They're watching. They're hoping the rest of the world is watching. Thank you, Dean. I just read on the Estonia River. I just read that. There will be changes there. I did 2 readings on that, Rose. They feel like there's deceptive movements with China. They don't like this. They don't like the appearance of it. They felt more protected and in alliance with the rest of the world, and they are not feeling that. They feel like they need to be analyze the movements of others, that they need to be ready. They're watching, protecting, standing their ground. They're feeling more instability than they felt before. I don't know what they're working on, but they're working. Maybe they're producing, working really hard, making chips, making everything they need for their defense. They're working very hard. This is instability here, but I feel like they're okay. All right. But they don't feel as secure as they once did. All right. Now, who asked me about Canada? Oh, Linda Cooper. Will Trump, all right, I'll have to go back and forth. Will Trump try to invade or start a war or try to take over Canada in 2026? I don't think he's going to be up to taking over anything. It's his wish. Will Trump try to invade or the United States? Let's just switch it to that. Will the United States invade or start a war or try to take over Canada in 2026? So let me just see the sovereignty of Canada. How will Canada do in 2026? Because that will answer the question for us. How will Canada do in 2026? I will tell my cute brother that you said hi, Nanette. That's so funny. He cut off all his hair, you guys. It's been cut for quite a while. Looks really good. Canada is making a lot of changes, and of course, our friendship or alliance has been changed and mangled, and they had to support themselves. They had to come up with all kinds of ingenious ideas. There's a lot of flack, a lot of gossip, a lot of speculative talk. There's a lot of speculative talk all over the world. Changes all over the world, which is scary. They feel the calling to stand up. They feel sad for what's happened. That they know it can get better in the future. Now, if you were with me in the last few readings for Canada, both Canada and Mexico, I got the hangman, which means they have to make big changes to their production. They have to make giant changes now that this fracture has happened. Canada will be fine. All right. Yay. All right. Okay. I love me some Canada. All right. They do undergo, large changes, but they're all right. This is difficult and this is difficult. Got a lot of major arcana cards there and a lot of changes. Now let's look. Gosh, I have so many questions, you guys. I wanted to ask that one more about Trump because that's so relative to this month. And I also wanted to let you know that I've been doing readings for people, of course, thankfully, gratefully, all around the world. But I've noticed that people in the United States are getting the tower. Not everybody. There's certain people, and I'm starting to write down what states these people that I'm reading for are located in. And right now I am seeing that it is a Midwest, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana issue. So I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if there's a fault line going through there. I believe there's some sort of fault line that goes through Illinois. And I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know if it's just bad storms in that area. They were just hit with bad storms in that area. Let me know what your thoughts are, or why they would have economic woes there. Illinois is a Democratic state. Indiana is red, but they went against Trump, so they might not get help. But Ohio is completely red, so it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments, not in the live. Oh gosh, we've got all these good questions about being attacked. Everybody wants to know if the United States is going to get attacked. Okay. How long will Trump be in power? I can't find where I wrote it down. It was a good question. You know who it is. We're going to ask about terrorist attack, someone else attacking us, JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon. Oh, Lord S. asked, how much longer will Trump be in power? How much longer? Guides and angels. Come on, deuces. Come on, sevens. Come on, eights. Come on, snake eyes. Is that what they say? I thought there was one in Illinois. Okay. I don't know if it's that or if it's just bad storms. Maybe it's bad storms or maybe it's just snow. Anyway, we're going to read on it. We're going to read on it. All right. But I'm keeping track, you guys. I just want you to know I'm keeping track. How much longer? Lord S wants to know how much longer is the orange Trump going to be in power, in office? Card of the day. What's happening today already? He's having problems. He's having significant health problems now. When it happens quickly. So keep your eye on his appearances. He's acting like he's reverting back to childhood with some things here. He doesn't have the power. One of his kids and Walt Nauta are having to help him. And he already knows that Ivanka spilled the beans on him. He's trapped here. He's getting other people to do his bidding. Man, somebody please put the net over Stephen Miller's head. Please get him out of there. There will be some, Lori, spit it out. There'll be some insider information coming about who's doing what. Because he is having a lot of, he just has no clue of what's going on here. All right, I got 3. Now, I got a 2 and a 3. And the star card is the Aquarian card. And the devil card is the Capricorn card. So let's rephrase this. Will he be out? Will he be removed, taken out, put on the benched? Will he be benched? Will Trump be benched from rule? Soon. Will this happen soon? Keep your ears open. because there is information coming very soon. We're going to be enlightened as to what's going on with his health. They're trying to cover it up. Here's the procedure soon. I feel like that is Susie Wild because she's the hoe of the tarot. Trying to hide, don't want it to come out, but it comes out anyway. They will be making a decision relatively soon on who's going to be taking over for him. So it has to come out, doesn't it? It just has to. They'll be in the throes of making the decision. What else could that possibly mean? After this, remember we have the Four of Swords and the Queen. So now when we're asking about the upcoming weeks, he's already had this. It's over here in the past reference. And this leads to, with the problem that occurs, to new information coming in very quickly. Decisions will be made, even though they don't want to look at it, and then they have a choice to make. Okay. All right, we'll come back to that. We've got plenty of time for that. Get your popcorn, your Red Hots. Get everything you got. All right. Future of the Palestinian people in Gaza. NT wants to know. We're asking some heavy questions today. I'm going to try to lighten it up in between, but I got to figure out what's going on in 2026. The future of the Palestinian people in Gaza Strip, 2026. I'm telling you, they're trying to do the Riviera. Kushner, Netanyahu, they just want to clear out. It's terrible. They want to make it a Riviera. Future of the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip. Will someone rescue them? Will Egypt help them? Will the Saudis help them? Qatar? They're making threats for Hamas to disarm. They're looking about where to go. They do not feel good. They've been lied to, cheated on, threatened, deceived. No one knows what's going on. They're moving the shell game. It's all over power. They're leaving. Both eclipses are here. Watch what happens to Gaza during the time of the eclipses. I think February, March. Announcements. Someone is going to offer to help them. So I don't know who that is. Possibly to get them to somewhere safe. So that doesn't look as catastrophic as I thought it was going to look, because that would make me have the ugly cry too. All right. Now, future of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz with all of this, the fraud that happened because of that one charity person, and the Somali people turned the person in. So, gosh, we have a lot of wind going on here. It's going to be like, guys, in Florida, I know you guys are all getting slammed with snow and everything, but I had to bring my plants in, and I'm really worried about all my new plants I planted out front. We're going to be like in the high 30s tomorrow morning. All right. Governor Tim Walz. So hopefully it's short-lived, so hopefully the plant babies will be okay. Governor Tim Walz. There's a lot of mischaracterization of his character. Of course, he stands strong here. There's all of the misinformation. He was very upset about this. Someone's helping him out. Oh, he's all right. He's doing better here. He's going to be fine. Watch for him to really shine in June, July, around the time of Cancer or before. Okay. 2 aces is a change of places, so he'll be moving around. He'll be moving around. All right, good for him. Okay. Be Powerful asks, will Liz Cheney run for the Wyoming Senate seat? Will Liz Cheney run for the Wyoming Senate seat? I didn't know it was vacant or will be vacant. Will Liz Cheney run for the Wyoming Senate seat? She's thinking about it. She's not being hasty, though. She knows she'll be attacked. Parts of her doesn't want to because she likes life more on the simple side, but I think that this is truly her desire to do so. So watch for her movements. All right. Christine asked, the future for Meghan Kelly. We didn't ask about her when we were going through the Turning Point USA debacle. Then we're going to ask about if there's going to be war here or if the U.S. gets hit by, we've pissed off so many people, y'all. That would be ugly cry. All right. Let's see. 2026 for Meghan Kelly. Made a lot of missteps. She's being judged. People are analyzing her words, like her words about how young is a minor. All right, let's see here. Yeah, she's really stepped in her own quicksand, and she still continues to step in it. She's trying, she's wobbling. She's not a weeble, so she doesn't wobble real well. She doesn't do so great. And something she doesn't want to come out comes out. And that isn't good for her. So, not so good. All right. And then she asked about Tucker Carlson. I didn't read on him either because I can't stand him. But I do need to read on Stephen Miller too, because he's got to go down. Someone has to put him out of his misery of his life. Entertainment purposes only. That's the doll we need, because he's running the show. Okay. But this is about Tucker Carlson. 2026 for Tucker Carlson. He thinks he is going to take his funny laugh and run for president, but I don't think. Let's see. Okay. Josie says, Lori, if you spray the plants before the sun hits them, it reduces the damage of the freezing tissues. Okay, Tucker Carlson knows that some of the younger people don't particularly care for. things he said. He recently came out of a very difficult situation. That could have been his debacle performance at Turning Point. And they don't like his ties to Russia, his comments about Russia. He's trying to cut himself free of association from others. He's trying to be the magician. And I actually think he's going to end up in court. I'm not quite sure why, but watch Tucker Carlson for a court problem. He's got a lawsuit coming. Okay. And we already know that Steve Bannon is going to go down. So I don't need to ask about Steve Bannon. Now, at Travel asks, what's happening to FEMA? Will FEMA hold? What happens to FEMA, the organization of FEMA, United States Federal Emergency Management Association? Did I say that right, you guys? FEMA. What happens to FEMA 2026? They're hoping everything will be just fine and they don't have to respond to problems. They do not have enough funds available to appropriately disperse or help people that need help. They tried to respond to the floods. They can offer assistance, but they have adversity because all of the rules. And because who tried to cut the funding here? They're trying to get back up on top of their power stance. Somehow there will be a leader here in the United States that will find funds that will help get this back up on, it's the beginning to get it back up on its feet. So there's hope there. Sorry, you guys, this weather's wreaking havoc over here. All right. All right, Stephen Miller, 2026, Stephen Miller. Ooh, I'm trying to get these. I'm trying to do a tarot blitz, trying to get it all in there. I hope you guys have something yummy planned for cooking for tomorrow and the next day. Stephen Miller. How will Stephen Miller do? What does his future look like in 2026? Lies, deception, and wolves barking at him. Ooh, and the death card. You saw it here. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I have heard of all these beginning points and epic changes that are happening in January, February, March at the 0 point of Aries and the galactic center and all of that. So I'm praying for quantum leaps out of the quicksand of that Neptune and Pisces we've been in for 10 years. All right. Stephen Miller. The eyes, the scales will fall from the eyes. Stephen Miller, 2026. Please let the karma come. He gets an offer he simply can't refuse. He will not be able to carry on the work that he's been doing. Woohoo! All right. Okay. He doesn't want to look at it. He becomes very emotional. He cannot continue his work. I'm all about it. Okay. Another lady comes in here and says, cease and desist. Lawsuit. Another man will take over his position. And then he doesn't know what to do. And he feels frozen. This is what happens to most of the Trump flying monkeys in this current administration. As we look forward, they all go into frozen mode because there is such disarray that they don't feel like they can move forward. He has to look for something else. He will be offered something else. Yes. He will be betrayed by somebody in his own party, and he will no longer be able to stay where he's at. Ta-da! Happy New Year, everybody. 3 of Swords for Stephen Miller. For all the pain that you put other people through, you will now have the doll pins placed appropriately. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, that made my whole day. That made my whole week. That just was wonderful. All right. All right, Fox News 2026. Fox News 2026. They're having a hard time coming up with stories. They're sinking so fast. They're having a hard time. And then Tucker Carlson, remember when he just was laughing, his stupid laugh, and thought he was going to be all that and 5 bags of chips and some watermelon. And then one day he wasn't there. Remember how quickly that happened? It happened. He will now disappear. 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 All right. Fox News 2026. What's their future look like? Well, they're in their full regalia of lies and misconduct, but the messages that are coming very soon threaten the balance of the chariot and the power of his control over the sphinxes. What is this with this kid? I don't know if this is the Trump baby in the lake thing. I may have to rename this video. We're going to have to go. Or one of his children that just upsets the giant apple cart. Boxes, they have a big problem coming up here. All right. Then they're able to pull out of it. This is what's happening. They try to spin a story that just has the world reeling. Adversity. News that's been broken here. It's something about a child, and then they're just blowhards here. They're trying to hang on to the money and control the narrative, but what happens? Will Fox News be successful in 2026? It could be the Epps. That's children, right? It could be for entertainment purposes only. Fox News, are they successful in 2026 or not? Will they be successful? If you're new here, please check that you hit the subscribe button and join our Lightworker family, please hit the like button. If you can see the hype button, please help a girl out. Jesse Waters needs to. All right. Up and down, all around. Very difficult energy. False sense of responsibility to the orange one, and to the pood. They're trying to get it up on, can't move forward this way. Okay, so this all has to do with children. And it has to do, I feel like, the Epstein files. Okay, let me ask about Trump. I saw Libby did a video on the baby. But I asked with Jen Lynn, and I already read on that, so I don't want to read on it again. For the Christmas show with Jen Lynn, we did ask about the unaliving of peoples. So is the story of Trump and is there a specific story about Trump and a child that's still not going to tell me if it's specific Trump and one specific kid? Does this have to do with the Epstein files? Or does it have to do with the Epstein files or not? Yes or no? That'll give us our answer. There we go. Does this hurtful news at Fox News and Trump have to do with the Epstein files? Yes or no? Secrets will be revealed. Okay. And the money that was funneled. It isn't just the Epstein files, it's something else as well. So the Epstein files does put an end to some problems. Does bring the end to, is very problematic for Trump and makes puts a stop and control on what he wants to. So it will make a problem for him. Is it another factor about another kid? Is there another story? So he's having a procedure, you guys. Is there another child involved with Trump that this story blows up into a news earthquake? Here it comes. Yes. Yes. It's not just Epstein, it's what happened to somebody else. And there are two stories. So the news avalanche about Trump and money and orders and youths is coming quickly and in an avalanche. Okay. All right, that's very good. So that was really good. So Fox goes down in stories of Trump and young and littles. That's what we're going to call it. All right. Hang with me. I know I'm going over here, but I want to try to answer these questions for you guys. Victoria T asks the truth about Alfie Oakes. He is the farmer in Naples, Florida, right around the corner here, who was raided on election day. Will there be news coming out about his election interference? Will it be brought to the light? Will he be charged? Is he in trouble? Oh, and then we're going to ask about attacks here on home. Okay, first Alfie Oakes. He tried to help. I think he was in with that poly market. Okay, here's some legal problems. Oop, government, legal problems. Emperor, Hierophant, Justice, Internet. He's in big trouble, and he'll be tied right up with the rest of them. All right? Alfie Oakes. No bueno. Do not buy. Well, okay, I can't say that. All right. That was a good reading. Thank you for that question, Victoria. And Diane B wants to know about JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon. All right. What does the future look like for JP Morgan now that they've been involved with X and laundering money? JP Morgan. Stay with me till the end, you guys. Let's ask about possible war problems. JP Morgan. Future for JP Morgan. Thank you, Square Peg. JP Morgan. Future. I did a reading on Trump's health, 4 swords, Queen of Swords. He's going to have a procedure very quickly. He's going to have huge problems there. All right. Hey, Kevin, I was going to text you this morning. We got to set a date. Okay, his future, stealing, money laundering. He's very concerned about the issues that had to do with littles, more littles, and a lot of information coming out, a lot of gossip. This is tied into this hermit. Now I'm going to just start associating the hermit and the Star of David with in the lantern with the Epps files. Okay, so it's right. So he does not do very well, and his association with someone else doesn't do very well. Now let's look at Jamie Dimon. I'll post about tomorrow with Jen Lynn as soon as I know. All right. Jamie Dimon, the future for Jamie Dimon. Now that he's been associated or involved or for entertainment purposes only with Epps and the laundering of money, what does the future look like for Jamie Dimon? Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Check to see if you hit subscribe. Help it roll out, you guys. I have readings available 3rd week of January, thewayofpositivechange.com. Let's take a look at your 2026, see where your challenges are. Where your gifts are. Jamie Dimon's world's rocking too. He's trying to get together with other people. And how do we get out of this? How do we skedaddle? Okay. He's seen as the knowledgeable and trusted, but he is separated, and somebody that he consults with will turn. So Stephen Miller and Jamie Dimon got the same outcome card. All right. Now, all right, so 3 of Swords. And not good for JP Morgan, but Jamie Dimon. All right. All right, now, several people asked in 2026, will we in the United States be attacked here on our homeland ground? What happens to the United States as far as being attacked? Are we safe, or are we going to have a surprise attack? The United States, our homeland, safe, or will we be attacked? What we give out to others could come. That's a karma card. You know, there's only a few cards that mean karma in the 78 cards of the Rider-Waite, and that's the Six of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Cups, Three of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes Six of Pentacles. Somebody will try. Okay, so something comes through the air. Now, is that internet or utilities or problems here? Our military is beefed up, but this is some instability. Things that are written, things that can be seen, things that are, this is one particular product or place, entity, product. The Magician that appears. You know, usually the Magician is a pretty good card, but if you're asking if someone's going to, you know, it can be like that person, the stalker, you know, there's someone that just pops up from out of nowhere, you know. That's why it's really important when you're learning tarot to learn the negative connotations that can come up with that as well. All right. Someone's waiting to retaliate. We will have some problems here, but I think we're okay. How does, okay, so that sort of answers that. How does the United States do in totality in the year of 2026? All right, and then we'll do a reading for us. Gods and angels, how does the United States, citizens of the United States, do in the year of 2026? Will it be seen as a successful year in its totality? Up and down and the choice. Okay, so remember when we asked about Trump and how long he would be in power, we got 2s and 3s, right? So then we did another spread and it comes up that they're going to have to make a decision on who to put in to do his duties because he will be under the weather, so to speak. Because he does too much of everything. Under the rule and associated and hitched our wagon to the devil. There will be a choice and a new person put in charge and changes to government. Choices that government officials will need to make. Are you going to continue hitching your wagon to Satan? A lot of speculation, power problems, government problems, trying to take our power back. Having gone through very difficult. It's going to be a litigious, judicial time of trying to get structure and justice, bringing people to justice and power, and that's how we see it. All right, so it's about bringing justice, getting justice. It's about balance. It's about fairness to people. All right, so tomorrow when I will be with Jen Lynn at some point tomorrow. I'll ask about ICE. I also want to come back and do readings on Bitcoin, crypto, the weather, hurricanes, fires, NVIDIA, manufacturing, homeland security, all that stuff. So that's going to be the next video. All right. We'll definitely come back and do that Friday. How will other countries view the United States at the end of 2026? Will they see us as having been successful at ousting the orange, at the no king? Will other countries, will our allies, Europe, will they see us as having been successful ousting the orange one? They pity us. Is it any wonder? There's a lot of talk, and they're watching to see what choices are made here. God love them. They still love us. They still want to offer us a helping hand. But they do have judgment against us, and they feel that we need to, Congress, feckless Congress needs to stand up and hear the call, take charge in having made change, so they will see that we have changed. Hopefully that we have been able to overcome the negative changes that happened. Positive change for the better. Okay, but we're still fighting. And they don't like it that there's still mischievous elements. There's still cover-ups. There's still problems. It's going to take us longer than 2026 to get through all of it, right? But they see us changing. And that's the most important thing. That we're, still going to court to eradicate all of the bad stuff. But they see the change, right? This is huge. This is very dynamic with 4 major arcana: judgment, death, wheel, moon, right? Okay. And they don't trust us. False offers, false night. They're waiting to see that these changes take place. All right. Now let's be upbeat and ask a reading for you and I, our guides and angels. What's the message for our New Year's Eve? For today, tomorrow? Stay warm, wash your hands. You have to go to the grocery store, go when no one is there. Guides and angels. What is the most important thing you want to convey to all of us light workers that have hung together, clung to one another to get through this? Thank you so much. You guys have lifted me up and helped me get through. All of us, the readers, chatters, moderators. God, thank you for the moderators. Lucky girl who's helped us for years and years and years, angel that she is. What is the message from our angels? Okay. There's hope for the future, regeneration, renewal, rebirth, the dove of peace, depositing the wafer in the chalice, drink from the chalice, work in the arts, play the music, arts, music, camera, fashion. Okay. The orange person is receiving medical attention today. Some happened yesterday, but today, tomorrow, the next day, being checked. Maybe we'll watch the schedule. All right, protect yourself first. Do go, try to go to any festivities that are happening anywhere near you. Be with others. Be with others. Someone says, come on, let me take you. Let them take you. This is a good time to reunite with people. It's a good time to celebrate with others. Safe places. Be prepared. Organize. Cook ahead. I always tell people, I like to call this my chop card, so that you have one day a week where you make sure you chop everything for your baking or cooking, so that you get your roux, your onions, the carrots, the celery, you get all that stuff, and you organize it so that when you're making the big pots of whatever, your chili or whatever, you have it all there. So organize. This is a real good time to clear the clutter here, for clarity of thought. It's, move your stuff, change your life. I tell people, I do for myself, move 3 things out of the cluttered area a day. Even one of them, if one of them is a paperclip, but 3 things a day. Then in 7 days, you've managed to move 21 things, and you don't have to overthink it because it's just 3 things, right? Forget that Marie Kondo stuff. Don't do it. Oh no, it's too hard. It's too hard. Okay, 3 things a day makes it simple, easy peasy. I love simple. I love simplicity and streamlining. Move your stuff, change your life. Karen Kingston. That was a great book I used to sell. All right. Listen, this is some happy times. Don't overanalyze. Just look at what in your house, what you need to organize for your cooking and getting things taken. Organization is key, but play, have fun, do the arts. I don't know why photography just kept coming. Take some beautiful pictures of beautiful things and put them on your vision board. So you attract more beautiful things. It doesn't have to make sense. But something beautiful, right smack dab in the middle, a picture of something beautiful right in the middle of your vision board so that you attract more beautiful things. Just see. All right. Have fun. Be with others. This is not a time to be alone. Be with others. Get out, even if just for a little bit. Okay? All right. Don't listen to all the BS. This is enjoy your loved ones. Don't overanalyze. Take good care of your health, but please go be with people and have fun. Just have fun. In the everyday witch deck, there's a couple with their kids and they're having a picnic on the bank. I know it's going to be cold, but gather together. Gather with your tribe, man. Make some new friends. All right? And if you don't do that, then do the arts and celebrate with your chalice. All right, you guys? All right, much love to you. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for all those great reading questions. It took me an hour to write them all. You guys are terrific. And I'll let you know what we're doing for tomorrow. And keep your eye on announcements about Trump or the lack thereof, or what he does or doesn't do. Okay. Take care. Stay warm. Wash your hands. Move your stuff. Bye, guys. Thank you.